If you try to protest in Iran these days, it's a good bet that you're going to get hit with tear gas or worse, batons. That's because protests are banned in Iran, but outside you're still seeing a lot of protests and rallies. A couple happening on Saturday in Washington, D.C. This one taking place in front of the reflecting pool. Earlier today, another rally marched up Pennsylvania Avenue to Lafayette Park in front of the White House. Hundreds of people taking part in that march. Most of those people part of the Iranian diaspora. These are Iranians who had left after the Islamic Revolution because they simply weren't satisfied with the conditions there. They wanted more social freedom, more political freedom. And these are people who have been inspired by the uprising in Iran over the past few weeks. And they say they want their voices heard, and they want people in Iran to know that they are part of this as well. So what's going to happen? Will protests like this have any impact on what's happening in Iran? Joining us right now is Middle Eastern expert Karim Sajadpour. I'm going to ask you a difficult question. Where is this going? The government says the elections is over, the crackdown has pretty much ended, the large-scale protests. What's going to happen now?
Well, it's obviously always difficult to make predictions about Iranian politics, but certainly what we've seen is tomorrow is going to be the 1-month anniversary of the presidential elections, and people's sense of injustice, people's sense of anger has not subsided. And as the last 30 days have transpired, I think the Ahmadinejad government has less legitimacy rather than more legitimacy. Each day people are coming out and questioning the results of the election. So certainly the scale of the protests in the street has subsided somewhat, but I think this certainly isn't over yet.
So many people say security forces play such a key role. With them being firmly behind the establishment, the opposition has very little chance. Your thoughts?
Well, the opposition, the bulk of the opposition is either imprisoned right now, they're under house arrest, they have difficulty communicating. But I think what they're now looking at is a new phase in the opposition, which is to target the arteries of the Iranian economy. And again, they're asking for the international community, particularly the European Union and the United States, not to recognize the Ahmadinejad government.
The Obama administration, there's a debate whether he's doing enough or not. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think the president has so far taken the right tone in the sense that denouncing the egregious human rights abuses, but wary of trying to get the United States to enter this internal Iranian drama. But I think there are ways we, the United States, can help the Iranians behind the scenes without making it appear that these protesters are somehow lackeys of imperialist powers of the United States.
All right, Karim, thank you very much. So even though the protests in Iran have decreased dramatically, you see throughout the world, including here in America, the protests continue. Some say the Obama administration is doing enough. Some here say he's not doing enough. It's going to be part of a debate you'll hear about in the weeks and months to come. Reza Sayah, CNN, Washington.